It is now 4 p.m. Our dear listeners, welcome to our news full bulletin at 4 with me, Linet Afandi. And let's see what is on the highlights. Bomet County coronavirus patient buried at night under the tight security. And crisis looms as Kenya's health workers threaten to down tools. Also, the virus deepens Kenya's debt wound. And the Kenya Wildlife Service staring at huge bills as rising lake waters escalate human-wildlife conflict. And welcome to our news. And a 55-year-old man who tested positive for the coronavirus was laid to rest in a burial supervised by medics and police at Kagawet village in Bomet. A handful of family members were allowed to witness the burial but were required to maintain a 50-meter distance between them and the grave. The burial itself took less than 25 minutes and saw police officers secure the site as early as 6 p.m. as the body was escorted to the village at the night by a police vehicle from the Longisa Referral Hospital mortuary to the burial site. Police officers also ensured that no prayer meeting was held or any gathering in the neighborhood in relation to the funeral. Meanwhile, Bomet County Health Minister Dr. Joseph Sitonik says that the graveside will remain under watch conducted as per the regulations. Also, Kenya health workers have maintained that they will down their tools come on Monday if the government will not have intervened by Sunday. The Kenya Health Workers Union Secretary or Society accuses the government and Council of Governors of neglecting their welfare, saying that the health workers are overexposed and not protected from the COVID-19 pandemic. Led by Kenya National Clinical Union Chairperson Peterson Washira, the workers say that their push to get involved in the fight against the virus has fallen on deaf ears. The medic says that no training has been offered to the workers besides being subjected to poor working conditions. They now want Ministry of Health to reorganize the weight of the health crisis at the hand and help medics in fighting the disease. The official says that they have no option but to stay at home, saying that lack of protective equipment has left some medical workers infected. And the COVID-19 pandemic has added salt to Kenya's long-existing debt wound, pushing the country closer to the edge of the cliff. This is as the global health emergency takes a swipe at the country's revenue base amidst rising expenditures. The Kenya debt problem has, however, long existed and persisted prior to the coronavirus crisis. In the years of higher spending against the lower revenue collection have eclipsed the current administration rules to say it set new fiscal deficit ceiling on each progressive year. According to data from the National Treasury, the annual fiscal deficit has expanded by more than 3 times to an approximately 900 billion Kenyan shillings in 2020 from 300 billion Kenyan shillings at the end of 2013-2014 financial year. At the same time, the stock of the public debt has grown by 3.7 times to 6.28 trillion Kenyan shillings at the end of March from 1.7 trillion Kenyan shillings in December of 2012. On other news, senior Kenya wildlife officials confirmed that 2 people have been attacked and killed by hippos and crocodiles within the county in the past 2 months. Kenya Wildlife Service will be forced to part with millions of shillings in competition after the rising levels of water in Lake Victoria forced wildlife animals to migrate into homes near the shores, escalating the human-wildlife conflict. The parastatals is also staring at the huge losses after the sagging waters submerged huge parts of its two popular national parks, that is the Kisumu Impala Park and Dere Island in Siaya, threatening the lives of hundreds of animals. They have been receiving an average of 100 complaints per month from people either bitten by snakes slithering away from the advancing waters or attacked by hippopotamus and crocodiles whose habitat has been destroyed. And former Mlolongo officer commanding Station OCS Stephen Lelei has now been summoned to Machakos High Court to take a murder plea. Lelei will take a plea on May 21st for the killing of two people alongside his junior Frederick Lelman. Alongside Frederick Lelman, who is already facing other murder charges. This is according to a recommendation by the Independent Police Oversight Authority. The Independent Police Oversight Authority wants Mr. Lelei and Lelman charged with the murders of Elizabeth Nduku and Jacob Mbai on March 27, 2016. Lelei had applied for an anticipatory bail, but IPOA opposed the move and successfully argued that before the court to have him summoned for the process. Lelei, who was feted for rescuing victims during the Westgate terror attack in 2013, has denied participating in the killing of the two. Nduku and Mbai were killed days before the murders of lawyer Willie Kimani and his two associates, for which Lelman is on trial. Lelman and his colleagues Leonard Mwangi, Sylvia Wanjiku and Stephen Cheburet have been charged with the murder of Kimani, his client Josephat Mwenda and taxi driver Joseph Muiruri. The bodies were found dumped in Oldonyo Sabuk in Earth River, where the suspects are still in custody. And on international news, China-linked hackers are targeting organizations researching the COVID-19 pandemic. The FBI says that it has seen hacking attempts on U.S. groups researching vaccines, treatment and testing, as the U.S. has long accused the Chinese government of cyber espionage, something Beijing denies. The pandemic has worsened tensions between the two countries, which have both accused each other of failing to contain the outbreak. More than 4.3 million people around the world have been infected by the COVID-19, with over 83,000 United States deaths and 4,600 deaths in China. This is according to Johns Hopkins University, the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, a division of the Homeland Security Department, issued a rare joint warning today. And also, the Lesotho records its first case of COVID-19. The health ministry said that becoming the last country in Africa to be afflicted by the virus. The ministry said that it has conducted 81 tests for the COVID-19 from travelers from South Africa and Saudi Arabia, of which one was positive, as it is awaiting results from 301 other tests. The remote high-altitude kingdom, nestled in a South African mountain range, has previously been spared the coronavirus, although its bigger, more industrialized neighbor has recorded more than 10,000 cases. Africa has 69,764 confirmed cases of COVID-19, 2,421 deaths, and 23,857 recoveries, according to a Reuters tally based on government statements and World Health Organization data. The disease has struck at a time of political uncertainty in Lesotho, with Prime Minister Thomas Tambane due to step down by the end of next week after his coalition collapsed in Parliament. Continue listening to Cambridge Radio, the station that cares for you, and in a short while we will be coming to you with sport news.
Cambridge Radio. sauti ya asiyekuwa na kauli.
And welcome to Sport and Phonetics Kipruto's world records over 5 kilometers who won at 13 minutes 18 seconds and 10 kilometers at 26 minutes 24 seconds, which he achieved when winning at the 10-kilometer Valencia Ibecaja on 12 January, have been ratified. The world 10,000 meter bronze medalist dominated the race, passing through 3 kilometers in 7 minutes 59 seconds before dropping the last of his challengers. The Kenyan reached the halfway point in 13 minutes 18 seconds, 4 seconds inside the ratified world records of 13 minutes 22 seconds set by Kenya's Robert Kiter in Linet on 9th November 2019. Despite running on his own for the second half, the 20-year-old increased his pace and covered the final 5 kilometers in 13 minutes 6 seconds. Kipruto's winning mark of 26 minutes 24 seconds took 14 seconds off the previous world 10 kilometers records of 26 minutes 38 seconds set by Joshua Cheptegei in the same Spanish city on 1st December 2019 in Monarch. On 16 February 2020, 1 month after Kipruto's run in Valencia, Cheptegei clocked 12 minutes 51 seconds over the 5 kilometers, a mark that is pending ratification. That's all we had for you at 4. And for more news update, be sure to continue listening to Cambridge Radio, the station that cares for you. Or you can call or text us through 0202411765. I am your presenter, Linet Afandi.
You are now up to date with the Cambridge News, keeping you updated.